I pledge allegiance to all the fine girls who we shall worship forever.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Fine Girls Chat. I'm Nique.
I'm Lericka.
I'm Jada.
I'm Kaylah.
And today we're going to talk about when to give it up. When to do it, what's wrong with it, what can happen with it, all of that. So, first, I want to ask you ladies, do you believe there's a specific time to give it up?
Yeah.
You do?
Half and half.
I say no.
But I'll
I say no.
Yeah.
I say no.
You don't
I say
say
whenever.
no?
Yes.
The reason being, can I give my reason?
Yeah.
Okay. Reason being, I don't think that, because here's my thing. Say you wait the 6-month rule, but the energy's off or something like that, or they mess up at the 6 months and then say oh, well, all this time I've had my fixation on this 6-month rule.
Yeah.
And then they mess up.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's what was the point of the 6 months?
Exactly.
So I definitely don't believe in giving it up fast, but just about when the energy, stuff like that is right.
I never heard about the 6-month rule, but I heard of the 30-day rule.
Yes, I've heard about that.
But
so people would give it up at 30 days.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, for
things
example,
like a
let me
man.
go ahead and get into this. Me and wifey got into it literally a week before we were even dating. Before we weren't even dating. So that's why I'm I don't feel as if there should be some sort of time frame on it, because it's all about the energy and the vibe. If y'all are vibing and y'all are okay, I feel like I can, do it with this person, to do it. I just feel I just feel like there should be no time frame on it, period.
I agree with that too, because same, I had sex with my boyfriend before we were together, and he's still my boyfriend.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's going on 3 years of this shit. So.
Yeah. That's the craziest thing, because I hear a lot of stories people that have been married and the real successful marriages all stemmed off of
That
one
quick
night.
hit it up.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of one night first night things.
But that just goes to show time means nothing.
And I haven't realized that the hard
with
way.
all of y'all.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I disagree with all of y'all. Only because, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But I feel if I haven't known you for a certain amount of time, I'm not gonna have sex with you, because I believe in soul ties.
Yes,
And
true.
I honestly feel you feel me, if I was to go and do something with this man, okay, yeah, he might be cool for that night, might be vibing or whatever, but he might have some demons he's facing that just landed on me because I decided I wanted to go ahead and do something with him. I don't know, but I do believe in waiting.
See, and then that all goes off of energy.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with time. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Energy has nothing to do with time, but no matter what the time frame on it is, if they're dealing with stuff or whatever the case may be, you're not really gonna know, and then you probably will just feel okay. I'm gonna give y'all an example, because I've had a one-night stand, right? And we were vibing that night and everything like that. Everything was cool and dandy, da-da-da. But the next morning, I woke up feeling like crap. And I felt like crap for a little while afterwards. And I really think it was because he had some type of, I don't know, it was something.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad energy that night, though, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So, I didn't know that he probably had some stuff. I mean, we ended up
Underlying
having
stuff.
we ended up
Exactly.
having conversations afterwards, and I ended up figuring out type of demons he was facing and stuff like that. But I felt that, and I know that I felt that probably because I decided to do that. So when it comes to meeting somebody, I like to wait it out and see how this person really is before I just go and do something.
And I think
that's
that
just me
comes
personally.
And plus two, being older.
Yeah.
Because in our generation, so Lericka and I went to high school together, and I started off I went to every single type of school. I went to a country school, I went to the Catholic schools, I went to the public schools, I went to the hood schools. I had a great mix of everything. And Catholic schools, go. Oh, hood schools, go.
And it's crazy because you would never think that.
You would never, exactly.
You would not
never.
think that.
The Catholic people, they get down, okay? Me, I was in the stage I thought I got a hug from somebody. I'm I'm special. He gave me a hug, but really he was getting some hoo-ha down.
Way more than a hug.
Exactly. And I never knew that.
Because nobody was thinking, in I can't even say our schools, because there's some girls that was doing it, but I wasn't even thinking about stuff like that.
I didn't know what any of it was.
I
didn't know what any of it was. Exactly.
Definitely not in high school.
I thought sex was
in
drama.
high school I was.
You was?
I was gonna say, dang, y'all don't be calling me out here. But here's my
I
thing
was
though.
popping that cat in high school. school.
I'm
But
so weak.
I wasn't thinking about it like as young as like, okay, if y'all don't know, these Generation X, Z,
Gen Z.
Gen Z,
We ain't gonna
These-
talk about it.
They
they with it.
They
Okay, they do everything quick. Like they're reckless.
12 years
so,
old.
serious.
Man,
Yeah.
10 years old.
They
They out
yeah.
here. They
I
out
never
here
heard
with
of
it. I didn't know what actual like sex penetration was until I was like 14.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, and I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking about it until I was like 15,
At
like
all.
16, like, you know what I mean? Then you start thinking like, maybe, because you learn about it in school.
Exactly.
So then you start thinking about it, but other than that, I don't think
Like I didn't
And I
become,
say
like,
that
curious
because-
about it until
Exactly.
I was 15 was when I started getting curious.
Yeah.
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 Because I lost mine at 17. And, you know, it makes me kick myself because, like Lericka said, I didn't know about energy and feelings and things like that. You know what I mean? I'm happy with who I lost my virginity with. I don't regret anybody that, you know.
Well,
But I
that
wasn't
is
out.
you.
But I wasn't out here just sleeping with everybody either. That was the thing. I at least had that self-respect on myself.
Right.
But moving on, like now I don't know, maybe if it's a mom vibe or just being older and just being a woman and also being in love with myself. I don't know if it's more so like I said, age, whatever, instinct. Now like I can feel like they're fighting something. Like you just read through it.
Yeah,
you know how
I
to read
think
people.
it comes with age and experience.
Experience for sure.
So the
That as
more
well.
you, I mean, it's kind of talking about the more you do it, the more you learn.
I was gonna say because I feel like the people that I waited on, they didn't deserve to be waited on. Okay.
And drop a pin.
Yeah. So I just think overall it depends on who you're dealing with and like what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to do it today, do it today. If you want to do it in 30 days, do it in 30 days. Like,
Because it comes down to
Yeah.
you.
I don't
It comes down to you and
know.
it comes down to your mindset. And that's what a lot of people like,
It does.
especially in these Gen Zers, for example, because they don't know who they are.
They
They don't know
see-
nothing about their body, none of that.
It's a personal thing too.
Yeah,
Like I said,
definitely.
even now with
Yes.
me being like I'm 24 years old, I still would not just. I don't know. Like I even regret the one night stand that I did have because that's not me. Like I don't do shit like that. But I'm just like I would. I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's me having kids and stuff. I want to like if I'm with anybody else ever in life. I want to know you first, have a relationship, some type of bond, some sort of something, because I can't just be fucking you and us not be in the actual, like, knowing that I'm going to marry you one day. At this point in my life, like, that's where I am. Like, if I'm not marrying you one day, or if we're not going to be in a full-blown relationship where, you know, you're around my children, or whatever the case may be, then I'm not taking it seriously, and it's not good enough to have sex with you. That's just how I feel.
Exactly.
you know what's important to me now, though, that I've never really thought about? Like, you have to be selective because you don't know what they're doing.
Thank you.
Exactly.
And I'm happy that you said that.
As a younger, younger woman, I really wasn't thinking
Paying
about
attention
it.
to that. Who you're with, you're with every single other person.
Yeah.
you're with.
Yes.
And finding out, growing older and seeing like, oh shoot, everybody done been with everybody. You know?
Don't really be kicking yourself.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because somebody just asked me that on my way over. Somebody asked me that, like, would you have unprotected sex with multiple people? Why is that even a question?
But
now?
you have unprotected sex with one person who probably has had unprotected sex with multiple people.
Thank you. Yeah.
And that shit
But my whole thing is,
will come get you.
exactly. Because my response was like, obviously I wanted to snap the way I wanted to, but I had to come up with my logical answer. If you have to worry about that, then you don't have business having sex with that person.
Exactly.
As a whole.
At all.
Very true.
So, the next topic we're going to move on to is a hit it and quit it. Which is along with like the one I said we talked about.
Oh,
So,
why are we here?
Why are we here?
so, are y'all okay with that?
No.
Talking about it? Oh,
No,
okay.
Not talking about it, but are you okay with it? Like,
Absolutely the fuck not.
Oh yeah, no. I'm a Scorpio. They
I'm
always
not
come
gonna
back.
be with a guy that I'm only gonna have sex with once.
Exactly. That's
no,
not.
either.
That's
Yeah,
so
no.
pointless.
Because
I wouldn't be with anybody like that either, but I will say, like,
We're talking about like dating them?
Talking
No,
about
like
sex
doing
buddy
it.
type
Like
deal,
a hit and
like
quit
that.
it.
Oh, like literally just want to hit a guy and then like be done with him type deal.
yeah. I don't think, I'll say, I haven't done it intentionally. But
You
like,
a player.
I've had sex with a guy
From
one
the
time. but I didn't do it intentionally. Like, it's just like, okay. Like,
Well, that's because I feel like this. Okay, as females, and y'all can say it's not true, but it's true. When you see a dude, you sometimes, depending on how to do, you're like, man, I fuck him.
Yeah.
But you be like, I fuck him, but he's a host, so I don't want a relationship with him, but I definitely fuck him. That's fair to say. Like,
And you know what you do? That is when the rose comes in handy. Okay.
Girl.
All right. That's it.
I'm
That's
in Nique's situation is when I have done it, but not intentionally.
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally.
You didn't know you was never going to talk to him again.
Well, what? Okay, so what, y'all was just anticipating on it to be better than it was, and so it wasn't good, and you just didn't do it
I would
again?
call mine an accident.
Thanks, Bob. Not an accident. We're too old for them. You can't.
I was in college.
Oh, yeah, college at that. Woo.
It was an accident, and it was just like that. Okay, that would be when I said I had a situation I regretted. That is the one that I regret. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
that one
think,
got me in some
like-
shit. But
See, I mean, but we're both Scorpios. My whole thing is, it's passion for me. Like, and I could tell.
That's that Cancer with you.
I can tell.
That's that Cancer.
Right.
in you.
I can tell right off the bat, like, if
Oh,
you're
but I'd be
overhyping or
I'd be
whatever.
attached, though.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
That's all you
Yeah.
have to be careful.
I was
like,
too.
So I guess
See, I
in
guess
a
I'm
sense,
different. I don't get attached from it.
I don't get attached by sex. It's the passion leading up to it. But I can also say, and I might be lucky because I definitely in my past, like these past like 3 years, I've been very intentional
Yeah.
with who I give my energy to, let alone sex.
Yeah.
But I can say I think that I've been lucky that I haven't like anticipated something, gone with somebody, and then it was very disappointing. I've been very lucky.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that I was
agree
smart
with
enough. I was not smart enough to determine.
I
agree
felt
with you.
disappointed before, and then I listened never again.
Man, I agree with you. I'll say it wasn't the sex I was attached to, you know, it was the chase, you know, the attention, just all
Yeah.
that. Like,
But-
okay. Yeah.
I want to get y'all spin on this because I was just literally talking to my friend about it the other day. Yesterday might have been, and we were just talking about like how we're the same but we're different. Like I have, well, sometimes I have high sex drive, right? But she has high sex drive. But her high sex drive is like she wants to like experience different ones. Is where I have high sex drive, which is like one person. Like I only crave that one person. Like, if I'm not having it with that one person, I don't want nobody.
And that's
Like
that.
that's so crazy.
That's my problem, and it took me a long time to realize that. And I think it's just also too like Scorpio, like when we want our person, that's our person, and that's that. I don't care about nobody else. Before me, none of that. You're mine now. That's it. That's all.
I'm the same way as you. I don't know if I would say I have a high sex drive, but it's like, it's on and off. It depends.
It depends on how tired I am. But
Yeah.
I don't like sometimes like I be like craving it. Like I be
But
like, I need
only
Hell
for
that.
one person.
just like this, do it like that.
I was about to say, talk your stuff, baby, because me and Jada had this conversation like.
Jada spits out
Listen.
to him.
Sometimes I have to check myself, like, ooh, baby, chill out.
Let the people know.
So for me, it's like, it depends on the sex drive for me, because like I'll have like my spurts, my moments where I'm like, okay, I want to go right now, but then I also have moments where it's like I can go months and months and months without it and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So for me, I just feel as if it also depends on my mindset. So like if my mindset is always there, like I do suffer from anxiety and past depression and stuff like that. So if my mindset isn't right, I'm not going to want to give that sort of energy.
Yeah.
So I just feel like for me it all depends on my mindset. If I'm
And then
happy,
too,
then I'm gonna go. But
exactly.
if not, then
Plus, too, being in a relationship aspect, like, you have to consider all those factors. Like, being single, like, if it's not going to evolve into anything, I'm not wasting my time on it. Therefore, it's easier for me just to sit down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to me though, it's when you're in a relationship with somebody, you have like a partner or whatever, it's a little bit harder because obviously men have their demands, and whether you're, tired or you're not in the mood or whatever the case may be, you don't want to be selfish because you realize the other person still has demands as well. So it's kind of like you be like, damn, I don't want to do it, but fuck it, I'm going to do it because I know you want to do it. And then when we doing it, I'll be like, all right, I'm glad we did it.
All right, so something that comes with giving it up could be being a hoe. So,
Okay.
I'm sorry, what's your question?
Yes.
Right. What's the question? Listen, Jada's like,
I said something that also comes with giving it up. You can possibly be considered a hoe. Basically, to me, that depends on frequency or
How many partners?
Let me say this.
exactly.
To me, okay, a woman is considered a hoe because people know her business.
Thank you.
Okay, so say if I never ever told, if you guys didn't know, say I had 70 bodies and you guys didn't know, you'd never call me that.
Yeah.
If you knew, now you got something
there's
to say.
there's a factor behind this as to why people know people's business. Is
Yeah.
It's
because
because
of
the people you're
men.
fucking.
Yeah,
It's because of-
exactly.
yeah, the people that you're associating yourself with. So,
So
that's
that's
another
my
thing
definition.
too.
Exactly. It's half and half because
Yeah.
me and Jada relate in that aspect. We went to a lot of different schools, met a lot of people. Just people did not like the look of us, what we were about. Like we were athletic. We were the good kids, you know. And people want to talk about that. Like
Yeah.
my freshman year, again, I didn't know anything about anything.
Mhm.
And because I didn't want to put out, I was being talked about throughout the whole basketball team. And I'm like, I didn't even do anything. Like, you got mad at me because I wanted to leave. And that sucked because, like, that reputation, like, that sticks with you. But I know as an adult, a group could never sit around and say anything about me.
I used to get called a hoe because I had a lot of guy friends. I used to hang out with like a whole bunch of dudes. So
But yeah, that was
they would
weird.
automatically I was probably looked at as a hoe, but I just didn't care because I would be like, girl, do you think I want him? I know way too much of y'all's business to even look at this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want none of that. But
See, that's what
I
I'm
feel like a
saying.
hoe,
Yeah.
not even necessarily like is the business. I don't know, bro. I just feel like I'm gonna keep it G. Like, I feel like a hoe is, it can be a couple of different things. So, like, I feel like if you just fucking anything, do anything with anybody, that's a hoe.
Yeah.
If you are, like, having sex with, like, multiple different people, that's some hoe shit.
Just no care in
For
the
real.
world.
Whether
Because
you're
you don't
like,
have self-love.
yeah, whether
you
you're
can
like
see somebody that's
telling,
broken.
whether you're telling people
somebody
your
that's
business or
confident.
not, like,
Exactly.
that's still, you're just gonna be a sneaky hoe if you're
Exactly.
telling your
No,
business. But
I
it's still
don't
some
mean like
hoe shit.
I don't mean like her telling her business. I just mean like the basis of it, like how you will call
How you
her a
become-
hoe is because
right.
you know her
Oh,
business.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure, it's because dudes talk.
Yeah.
And that's really like how dudes be, like dudes literally will sit around, like I've been on some
Oh my
dudes. They
God.
will sit around and be like,
I hit her.
damn,
I
you
did
know,
that.
I did this with her. Damn, you hit that. Me too. They dapping
Yeah,
each other up.
man.
And you're not even thinking that they're friends. Niggas know each other. Don't never doubt the fact
Oh, no,
that a
most
man
definitely.
knows hella different other men that you probably done touch. It's so crazy.
And they're more vocal about it now. Before it used to be like really discreet, like, oh yeah, like I know
Who,
everything
dudes?
about her.
But
But I'm saying,
I don't know if it's.
no.
I don't know. Like, okay, because
I will say maybe the vocalness has went up,
I was
but
gonna
it's
say
never
vocalness
been
has gone up. Because hear me out. I was talking to somebody who said, "Oh, like that dude, like he's the worst, like in the group, like when it comes to like having sex."
Mhm.
And I'm like, "Why, as you as a friend, do you know how he's having sex? Like that's a little concerning."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, because we hit the same people." Wait,
Yeah.
hold up, wait,
Dudes
minute.
will literally, as a competition, they'd be like, I bet you won't hit her. Nigga, I bet I will. Boom. Hit. Next person. All right. I bet you can't hit her like I hit her. Boom. Next person hit.
Mhm.
Now they both talk about you and be like, yeah, what she say? Oh, yeah, she was doing that. Oh, yeah, all right.
Man.
So I know I'm
And that's
better.
crazy.
That's
to me.
niggas
And then
do
as a
that.
fe-
They
as
have
a
to-
female,
they have
I had a lot of
yeah.
guy friends in
They
college,
have a
and they literally
competitive
told me a
spirit.
story about how they did that. All the same girl.
Yeah.
And this is an embarrassing part. They literally went up to her and asked her, like, was like, okay, well, who was better? And she just answered, like, she was just fine with it. I was just like,
spirited.
so, would you say being a hoe and being easy is the same thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're a hoe. They call
You're
me that
easy.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Somebody getting something from you a lot.
Keyword. A lot.
But I don't know. I just feel like so many people look at it so different. So if you
Me
look at it a
too.
totally different way, you can leave your comment below and we can just debate all night.
Yeah.
Because
Don't wanna do that.
Ask the hoe this same
ask the whole same question. Be like, I don't think what's wrong with a girl who
a hoe? Like, ask a carefree woman
Man.
the same question.
It's just
Oh, she would go to war about her.
Everybody does what
She
they
got everything
do.
to say about her
My
baby.
thing is that you can be carefree, but there can be a limit to that.
Yeah.
Okay?
I
Like,
think some people, it depends on morals.
Exactly.
Like, it really does.
Morals are.
You can be carefree
morals are
going on a
different.
vacation. You can be carefree going to a spa. You can be carefree.
I ain't never gonna see these people ever again.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
But it's another thing. Like, yeah, we ain't gonna get into that.
Mhm.
All right.
It really is morals. Like, not to be educational, but when I was in college, I took an ethics class, and one of the discussion boards we had to answer was on virginity, and all the answers were so different, and I was like pissed off. Like, you can't say anybody's wrong because we all have different morals. So that's why it's tough for us to answer this question because we all have different morals. They may be similar, but we have different morals. Or even from the girl that we will call a hoe, she has totally different morals than us. So that's why, like, we be like, ugh. She be like, I'm just living life.
She's trying to say life is short, YOLO. And I feel like YOLO is just another excuse to be a hoe.
Yeah, we're like, okay.
Man.
You only live once, man.
All
So
right.
get as many D's as you can.
So why do you think being a hoe or being easy, both the things are looked upon negatively?
I feel like it's looked on it negatively is because if you really love and value yourself and you hold yourself to a certain standard, you're not just going to let any guy with a penis screw you.
Thank you.
You're just not. You have to, if you really care about yourself, and you
Or
say
girl, say it. Go to church.
I'm just saying, if you really care about yourself, you really love yourself, and you hold yourself to a certain standard, you will not just let any nigga with, no matter whether you have money, it doesn't matter. If he doesn't have the standards that you set for yourself, if the bar is not this high, he can't hit it.
And that's just that. That's just that.
So it's looked on negatively because whoever is letting whoever hit must not really care for themselves.
Exactly.
That's the sad
Exactly.
thing.
At
It's a
I
sad
also,
story.
I also want to add on to that. I also have a thought like it has to do with society as well, and especially when it comes to men and women. Like women are gonna be the first people to be called a hoe, but a man can be out here sleeping with the whole universe, and it's okay
And get a
because
clap for it.
Yeah, and get a clap for it. Like, yeah, he's out here doing the thing. Like, no, that
In my eyes, he's a hoe too.
exactly it's the same thing.
Same thing.
So I think society
You just
plays a
agree.
huge part in that
Yeah.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
I
think
get
that's
what
what
you're
it
saying, Jada, because nobody gives men the negative
Thank you.
connotation
No,
of it.
Exactly.
At
And
all.
that's the crazy part. Like, even us as females, like, we had no dude is a hoe.
Exactly.
And that's where I was saying, that's probably like that competitive thing in our mind. We'd be like, well, he ain't gonna do that to me because I'm me. And he ain't gonna treat me
And
like
if
the rest of these hoes.
you have to
He
say
ain't
that
gonna
to
treat me like the
yourself.
rest of these hoes.
Exactly. If you have to say that to yourself that you think you're gonna walk into a situation
And change it?
Exactly. Change him or something's gonna be different with you. The moment that thought came across your mind is how
Man.
quick that he's gonna go.
And it's okay that you think that, but he does not think that.
At all.
Because I'm gonna treat her like
He
I will
doesn't
not
think that
lie.
at all.
I will not lie. I have seen men do complete 180s.
Oh, me too.
But
Sure.
it depends upon
The
what
person.
the man
The man
wants to
wants.
do.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
If the man
Nothing-
does not want to change, you can't change
Exactly.
anybody.
Exactly.
He has
Change
to wanna
anybody.
change
He has to
Nothing
want
is
to
going to
change
change
himself.
about him until he wants to change for himself, and that's that.
And I would say this about that situation: take the signs he's giving you and go.
First red flag out the door.
Take
Because
the
you're either going
signs
to get an
he's giving
STI or you're going to get a baby. It's one of the two. Pick your poison.
Or even worse, you could just be stuck with some baby mama drama because you didn't know you had a baby mom.
you.
Or you
Man,
could be. I've seen somebody literally be dealing with somebody for a whole year, never knew they had a kid.
Yeah.
Like
See, that's
literally,
human
and
design.
then
That
the
is a
next
Columbus thing.
Yes, that is a Columbus thing.
That's Columbus.
And like literally
Listen.
didn't know they had any kids. Then next thing you know, oh yeah, I got a big mom and she on my way to her house to beat you up. Like, you know what? I didn't even know you had a baby. What are you talking about? Hey, what you mean your baby mom's crazy? What are you talking about? I didn't know you had.
That's the 6
How come you don't ever see a baby?
do you think men have something to do with the negative connotation of women being a hoe and being easy?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
I think
all day long. Bashing, bashing.
That's
All
this
day
is
long.
what
Women
kills
this,
me.
they do this, they're that.
Right. This is what kills me. Right. Men want a wholesome woman. Right. Men like pictures of hoes. Men desire to watch bitches shake their ass, but they don't want you doing it.
No,
They don't want their
up.
woman doing it.
Thank you.
But they watch videos, or either they liked it, or they like the look of girls that are
But they
hoes.
want you wearing a turtleneck and
Listen,
But they
some
want you to
jeans.
be
That's how you get cheated on.
Which I don't think
They'll
there's
be with
anything
you.
wrong with being wholesome.
Right.
But it's just like, oh, I don't want you like wearing that in public or whatever the case may be. Okay, I won't wear it in public. I respect you.
And then they cheat with.
Yeah. But then you cheat with a bitch that
You don't wear
wears
it on that you don't
skimpy
want.
shit.
And that's what drives me crazy because it'll be people all I see all day long on Instagram. Oh, bitches want handouts. They want this. They want that. People just want me for my money. People just want me for my
These are the
lifestyle.
same dudes that don't do
But these are the ones that you have in bed with you, my guy. So which one is it? Do you want a wife? You want a wife?
Men just have to have
Or you
more
watch your
self-control.
weekend video.
Y'all have to have more
Y'all
self. But it's just so I grew up. I have brothers. Okay, I have 10 siblings. Okay, and I grew up with 6 of my brothers. So I can attest to you that the things that we're spitting about these men is true. And I've seen it.
Too. I
You
know.
know, I have brothers, yes. I can attest to, that men not having self-control is definitely a real thing, especially because I've listened into the conversations that they've had about women and all these things. Like, it's really disgusting.
Disturbing.
Like, it's disturbing.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, if my dad ends up watching this, I'm sorry, Dad, but I watched you too. So
Thank you.
it's
Say
like
that.
like my man. Like I've seen it full circle. So that's why it's like nobody has ever been able to play me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
another reason
Because
why
we didn't
too.
seen it. Exactly.
You
Yeah.
have
Because
to
mine has the
also,
same way.
though, like, you have to consider each man's upbringing as well.
Yes.
A lot of men
Facts.
that grow up with good fathers and, that grow up with, a stable
A good role
household
model.
and a good role model, they are more likely to be the men that are actually going to, take care of their families and treat their women right because they saw a man treat their mother the right way.
Yep.
However, when you come from hood honestly, there's a lot of men in Columbus that are not even necessarily from the hood, but just have broken homes and have been through a lot of stuff
Yeah.
and just like super traumatized to a point to where it's just
Especially
like,
childhood trauma.
yeah,
Because a lot of people
to
don't
a point
realize-
to where it's just like they're broken,
Yeah.
and then they come to us because obviously I feel
They
like
want us to
in a
fix
way,
them.
right? Not even
Exactly.
necessarily that they want us to fix it,
I was
fix
gonna
them,
say,
but I feel like
they don't
sometimes
even
like I have like a
Right. They don't
spirit.
know. Key
Yeah.
point.
And so
Because
they're
it is
just
not
like
even-
literally like drawn to you,
Yeah.
and they don't know why they're drawn to you, but they just are, and they're expecting you to fix every issue, not intentionally,
Yeah.
but they're just leaning on you for all the support, all the motivation, and it's all on you, and it's a lot to be on a woman's shoulders to hold a man up, which
Absolutely.
we obviously try
Because
to
they
do
don't
that
even
to our
realize
best
it. They don't
ability,
even know that they're
but
depending
they don't
on you.
exactly. They don't
Exactly.
realize how much they're projecting.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then that's why y'all come back because you miss it. That's why. Because you didn't even realize how much you needed it until it was gone.
And they are self-sabotagers. for
Thank you.
sure.
But I was gonna say
We are
too.
too, so I won't go there.
Well, and what I was gonna say too, a lot of people think that stems from broken homes and stuff like that. You can have parents together that aren't together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trauma. It
Exactly.
has nothing to do with the broken. It's just trauma.
Exactly.
And then
And that
we're
can be any
undealt
form
with
of
trauma.
Yeah, any form of trauma. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be family trauma. It could
Yeah.
be trauma that happened at school. You never know what anybody could see
Exactly.
walking down the street or whatever the
Yeah.
case
Yeah.
is, or what could have been a trigger for somebody.
Yeah.
So
You never know.
it's all trauma.
Yep.
Yeah. And like also with like trauma and to go along with that, there are sometimes like there are so many things that men see that they don't talk about. Us young too.
So, were you guys the type of person to only have sex with a significant other?
No.
You were? I wasn't.
I literally I'm a relationship type. I literally was in a relationship for 5 years, and then I've been in another relationship for 5 years right after that one. So
I am a
the
relationship
single
type
life,
of
I
girl.
really have not got to really like live that lifestyle.
Really?
It seems like it could be lit, but I don't know. I ain't.
Man.
Girl, you ain't
Okay,
missing
I'll
nothing.
say
You
I
ain't
was
missing
single
nothing.
for a very long time. But I am a relationship type person.
In
Once
college,
I
it was probably
started
best to
getting
be.
in relationships, I really never really stopped.
Mm.
Like,
It was just one
I
after the
just-
other.
Yeah, I just love.
I know.
Love.
Yeah, I do. But I never was the only person to only have sex with a significant other.
Oh,
When I lost my virginity, I wasn't in a relationship.
Same.
wow.
So
I was.
I was too.
That was the love of my life.
And I thought he was at the time. I thought I was in love. That's what happens when you're young and you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he broke with me like, let's say like 3-4 months later, and I cried and I was depressed about it. But I mean, we're not like, we don't talk.
I don't talk to mine either, but he'll always be the love of my life.
That's
Forever.
so beautiful.
Like,
That's so cute.
we would never get back together, but I would not change it any other way. I mean, everything was perfect.
I definitely would have decided to lose my virginity to another person.
Me too. Well,
And I would have waited. I would have waited for like so
I
much
would have
longer.
waited. I thought I did a decent job. I was 19.
I lost mine at 15.
So I thought I did an okay job. I was 19.
You did great.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
better than
like,
most of us.
Yeah.
So
Because it's
the
not
guy I lost my virginity to, we were like a.
I did
Like
worse
a
than
Y'all
everybody.
flame.
lost your virginity together?
No.
Okay,
I
I was
was
say.
virgin.
I was nervous about
And I
that.
didn't even tell him that I was. Like,
Oh.
I didn't even say anything. I don't know. Guys think that shit is a little weird.
Yeah, because normally you
Probably.
get attached to
Yeah.
which you do because I
You do.
it's
I
your
did
thing.
too.
See, he planned
We were like a
everything
fling
out.
for like a year.
Am I the only one
Then-
that didn't get attached?
After summer,
You a nigga for me.
I was in love. I'm out of this.
you are.
I was already in a relationship with who I ended up losing my virginity to.
Right, exactly. We have planned that
Now
for
looking
years.
back, I'd be a little bit embarrassed because I probably annoyed the hell out of him.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, you probably did.
I was like, are you coming over? You're not? Okay, I'm coming over then. Like, I was with him like every day.
See,
Like,
he didn't call you and ask you, like you just invited yourself.
it depends.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, you live in the dorms, so y'all around anyways.
Oh, yeah.
But I probably got on his nerves looking back at it now because after like this was my freshman year. So then when we came back in sophomore year, we like didn't talk at all. Like that was just like the end of it. We didn't talk at all. That was the end of my little
Dang.
fling. Yeah, and a bitch was heartbroken. Me and my roommate was like, we was all mad. Like, why are you doing like that?
It's time for us to all hate him.
see,
Man,
mine
it really was. We
I'm
didn't
weak.
talk to him again at all. And then
Yeah. See, that's
Yeah, I
what
can't do
I couldn't be obsessive or anything because he wasn't here. But when he came into town, he came and saw Conquer. He did what needed to be done. Every trip.
See, we never.
But that was the thing. It's like, and he didn't cheat or anything like that. That was one of the reasons why we broke up. Was because I'm like, you're gonna be down in college. I'm still here. I got a year left. Like, you do you. I'm gonna do me. That's how I ended up pregnant. But yeah, it was always good vibes. Like,
Yeah, I
he's a
wish
little
mine
crazy.
was like
He's a little
that.
crazy. That's why we didn't work out. But
But ours was awkward because we had like similar friend groups, so we saw each other a lot.
that's
Oh,
awkward.
But
That's
it was
awkward.
just like we never spoke. Like I really acted like he kind of didn't exist. And one time, like, which was like the first time we talked when we came back from break, he asked me to buy him a Gatorade, and I just like looked, and we was looking at each other. And I was trying to walk away. Like, first, you couldn't even say hi to me.
Right.
Like,
Buy your damn
we didn't
Gatorade?
even talk all summer. Like, and I remember why we was mad because I had like texted him when we had got back, and he didn't text me back, or it took him like 3 days to text me back. And me and my roommate was like, "Yo, fuck this nigga." Like, we
so
just like,
awkward.
and
Like,
then
what is that?
he was like, "Yeah, we were going like." Like,
Right,
we
like,
were
what?
going to like this little like
Hey, how are you
convenience
doing?
store, and he was like,
Haven't talked to
"Yeah,
you in a
when y'all
while.
come
You're
back,
still
you
living.
should
I
bring me
would
a
expect
Gatorade."
more of, hey, you want to come by my door tonight?
We
Like
was
something
just
like that, you
no,
know?
because I would have came.
Yeah,
I would
that's what I'm saying.
I would have came.
Nigga, you would have been better off saying that than the damn Gatorade.
I would have came running. That's all I was waiting for
Running.
for a good
See?
3-4 months. Like I was such a.
Listen.
I still am a hopeless romantic.
Me too.
Like,
That was me
I
for
would've
3
came.
years with old dude.
and I hope he doesn't watch this because a bitch is sounding like a real simp. But I would have came.
It's the past. Don't
running.
make it no more. Yeah.
Yes, it's the past. I really don't care anymore. Well, because looking back, I can't. I'm not embarrassed, but I could have did way better.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes. And I'm not gonna lie, like literally, like it was okay. So my Virginia court story was like, I'm gonna keep it short. So literally, like right before I lost my virginity, like I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, do I want to do this? Am I really in love? I'm so young, so nervous, or whatever. And I was like, damn. But in those movies, they always lose virginity and then they get left. So literally, like I lost my virginity on a leather couch, and. And I didn't know. I didn't know
Leather
anything.
couch.
I knew nothing about sex. So I literally like he had to go like to the bathroom to take the condom off, but he left. I literally thought this man was leaving me at his place. So I literally like started crying right then and there. He came back from the bathroom. I was like, "What's wrong?" I said, I said, "I thought you were leaving me like in the movie."
I just want y'all to know, even in her 20s, she the same emotional self. Okay?
I was like, bro,
We're so similar. I would have did this.
bro, I did, and I was like so salty that I did it afterwards. I'm like, bro, like, and like looking back on it, like,
This is so crazy.
Listen,
Mine
mine's like,
be
mine
so
tops
back
that.
on it. Like, people not acting like that.
Listen, mine tops that. I'm pretty sure me and God are gonna have a very long discussion when I get up there. Is all I know.
You and God?
Man,
Me and God.
listen, because
No, I already decided. I'm just gonna act like I don't know what God.
exactly, like walk in, like, hey, how you doing? Thank you. All right, grandpa, hey,
I'm
Mimi,
not gonna
what's
lie, I
up?
have done some crazy things
Well, so
behind
before
love and my emotions.
Man.
we planned ours, and
That was cute though.
it was perfect.
I didn't want to lose my virginity to somebody that wasn't experienced.
Exactly. And his grandma walked in, and then his grandpa walked in, and then they came down and they prayed with us.
They walked in on you guys having sex?
No, we didn't get that far yet. Like, we were right there.
Oh.
We were right there.
And
And then it was just a knock. Well, because he had lied about why he was there, and so he started it by saying,
and prayed for you.
listen, no, because they were coming in because they were like going to smuggle his brother down because they had moved, remember, long distance. So when they came up to Columbus, they had lied and said they were there because an uncle was sick. So grandma comes in and is like, come on, let's pray for your uncle. My shirt's off. Like, I have my t-shirt on. But like, we had the candles lit and everything. Like, they already knew it was getting ready to go down. Like, and like they're preachers too and everything. Oh yeah, it was bad. And so I
You were
sobbed.
Catholic.
I sobbed like a baby when I left. Like, I got in so much trouble. And then my dumbass put it in my phone and I lost my
You
virginity.
instantly thought you was going to hell. I thought I
Exactly.
was
So
going
then
to
I put
hell as soon as
myself
did
out
it, too.
there. Man, my mom's like, oh, go ahead, let's get in the car. She's taking me to the gyno, getting me
Oh, my
screamed down.
goodness. Yeah, my
See,
mom
I
knew as
was
soon
going
as my mom knew as soon as, like, literally, she, I woke up the next morning and I just didn't feel comfortable not telling my mom, like, I told her everything. So, I'm walking downstairs, she's in the bathroom, I'm about to tell her, and she's like, did you lose your virginity? I'm like,
She could just tell.
yeah,
Parents
me and
never,
mom
like,
close.
as moms,
My mom, she was
Yeah.
like, did you lose your virginity? I'm like, I said,
My mama didn't even know when I started my
it's
period.
like, what are you talking about? My mom knew. She was trying to get me to put tampon in. That's another story.
holler.
I was like, I can't do it. Anyway, that was very personal.
Oh yeah.
She was like, did you lose your virginity? I was like, why are you asking me that? I didn't say yes or no because deny it until I know what your reaction is going to be. So she was like, I just had a dream last night. You and my old best friend Johnny. She was like, you and her, you was in y'all's room and y'all was talking about condoms. She said, are you having sex? I said, I'm gonna need you to like get out of my body because I literally just lost my virginity yesterday. And why do you know that?
So have you ever got ghosted after giving it up?
Nope.
Nope.
Right on the tongue.
Now, if you say if the conversation or the relationship or not relationship or like the what do you call it? Spark? Yeah. If it is faded, yes, that has happened. But I've never been actually ghosted.
Yeah.
Me either. Like ghosted as in like he never talked to you again.
Okay.
Like immediately
Oh
after.
no.
Yeah,
me
no.
either. Me either.
Were you slashing tires? No, I'm kidding.
I'm playing. Man.
Listen, I'm gonna take that sticker off your car.
Wait,
right after
but
your
now I
birthday.
have a question for you ladies then. Have any of y'all ever did the ghosting?
I tried to.
I would say
She tried to.
accidentally.
Exactly. One person.
Tried to.
I have.
Wasn't as successful as I thought it'd be. But I definitely tried to get a real ghost. And the next day, this motherfucker asked me out.
And that was it.
You gave up. Side note.
It was over.
And I was like,
City girls down.
I don't want nobody right now. Like, I just told you that last night. Like, I'm trying to be, like... And then he asked me out, and I was like,
Yep.
okay, but just know I might cheat on you.
Oh, not no.
I did. You can't. To this day, I said, just know You might get cheated on in the process. I don't know.
At least you were.
Hey, at least
then-
you were honest.
At least you were.
And he did.
Honesty is the best policy.
And then I wasn't. I mean, he could have told me when he was though. Like, I know. But yeah, I told him though. I told him I was gonna cheat on him, which I did. And then I didn't tell the nigga I was gonna have a baby on him, but you know, that's beside the point.
I've never cheated on somebody, but I've been the person somebody has cheated on somebody with,
I've been in both situations.
which was like.
I've been
I
cheated
know.
on. I've
And
been
I
cheating.
knew.
It's like, no, I can't even call you
I
that.
knew he was in a relationship.
I can't even call you that because I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so at first I didn't know that he was in a relationship. Not at first.
Oh, I knew.
But then once I found out, it didn't stop me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it already started.
And then another time, like I just thought that they were like on a break because I was on a break. So I'm like, okay, we on a break, we on a break. What's
We're
up?
gonna break together.
We're gonna break.
Spring break.
Now I don't look at breaks the same way that I did, but when I was younger, if you would have
No,
said breaking me
you
off, you're like, all right, so we breaking up for a little bit. I get to go do what I want for a little bit. This is a pass for a little bit. Now I'm coming out.
Yeah, I don't look at it the same way either.
But come to find out, that is not what they meant.
So,
Not what they meant.
last question.
I really hope to God nobody watches.
Are you the type of person to be emotionally tied to a person after sex?
No.
Yes.
Me too, I am.
Yes. I was.
It's like half and half. I would say like it's not the sex, it's more so everything leading up to it, and then the sex just intensifies it.
You gotta like, you're gonna if it's good, you're gonna remember how they
Yeah.
did it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not gonna lie, when I flash back to like my first body, I can't really remember very much except for literally just losing my virginity.
Mm-hmm.
There were times after that I just can't really remember.
Yeah, me either.
I can't really, you know.
Same.
I know that I was doing it, but nothing was happening.
Nothing.
It wasn't.
At all.
Not doing it
Absolutely
right.
nothing.
Literally, yeah. The best I would say is literally the person I'm currently with now, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right. So end all be all. Moral of the video. Give it up whenever you want to. Any last thoughts, ladies?
With that,
Wrap it up.
discretion.
Wrap it up. Be safe.
Do you
Be
with
responsible.
discretion.
Yes.
And
Yes.
love yourself.
Always, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Underneath our video, just let us know when you guys think the best time is to give it up, because obviously it's personal preference. We're not here to tell you how to live your life. Do what you want to do.
But tell us how you live in your life.
Yeah,
Yes,
let us
drop
know.
it in the comments. We have an email. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. What
We
else
global.
is it? Yeah, all that. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
You don't like people say what you mean, that's wow, that's wow. That nigga, he can stop it. He ain't got you need to drop it. We just chillin', we ain't toxic.